be back.
One eternity later.
I'm back.
Well, holy shit. Look who it is. It's all you guys. Where have you been? I've been sitting around here for 4 months waiting for you guys. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, listen, it's been 4 months since I've done a video. I know. Again, if you're on my Facebook page, I have kept you updated. All right. And again, if you're not on my Facebook page, you should be. So go to the description box, hit the link, ask to join, and then I'll add you. It's that simple. It's free. But I kept you all updated. I told you I was gonna take a break. I didn't think it was gonna be this long, but a bunch of things. I mean, I live in London, Ontario, which is in Canada. My daughter goes to school in California, so I had to move her back down there after she came home for the summer because she plays beach volleyball there at the university. And we moved her into the condo. She's all happy now, and I'm back. And I play golf every single day. Every damn day I play golf. I'm a member of Green Hills, which is a private course, and I go on, the tournaments, and I go on into tournaments at, at other courses, and every day I'm playing golf. Okay, so it's like work and golf. That's my summertime, and hang out with my kid a little bit when she's here. So, and that's it. And it doesn't leave a lot of time to do these videos. So I apologize. And I know it's been 4 months. I was going to come back in September, but even September for me was a busy month. So things are starting to slow down a little bit now. So I do have more time. So I can officially say that I am back making videos. Now, in that time, I have watched a ton of movies. So I am not going to do a review for each movie that I've watched. So the next 2 or 3 videos that I put out are going to kind of be like this one, where I'm going to kind of cram, 4 to 6 movies into, one video. Hopefully I'll keep it relatively short. Just give you my quick opinion on it. Again, too, some of these movies I haven't seen in a couple of months, okay? So I'm just going to kind of, try and remember them and let you know if they're worth watching. And most of these movies you've probably seen anyways, but yeah, anyways, I'm back now. I'm back making videos. Also, too, I said this before I left last time, I am going to start like a podcast style show, okay, on this channel. I'm just waiting for the camera to come in. I ordered a new Sony camera. I don't know, isn't everything delayed shipping wise now because of COVID backlog bullshit or whatever excuse they give. Anyways, I've ordered this camera, but they said it could be a month or 2 before I get it. So anyways, I want to wait to start that new series with the new camera just because it's so much better and it has deeper, richer colors. Crisper picture. I use a Canon right now, but it's getting kind of old and I dropped it a few times, so it doesn't have the best picture. So I just want to kind of start new, and I've got new lighting and stuff in the new studio. So I've got 3 studios in my house now. This one and the other one that you guys have seen if you followed me for a bit, and then the third one that I'm going to be doing the podcast in, but you'll see that hopefully sooner than later, but I just want this camera to come in. So anyways, that being said, again, I just want to say thanks to everyone who has messaged me over the last few months, just asking to see if I'm okay and if I'm coming back and if everything's cool. Everything is fantastic. Again, summertime is hanging out with my kid when she's home from school and then moving her back to school, and just, I do work and I play a lot of golf. Every single day I play golf, so it's just time consuming. So anyways, thank you to everyone that has messaged me. I do appreciate it. And yeah, you guys have asked me to talk about a ton of movies over the last 4 months. So again, the next couple of videos, it's going to be like this one, where I just quickly talk about like 4 to 6 movies and let you know what I thought about them and if you should watch them. And I'll try and keep it as short as I possibly can. Okay, so with that being said, let's get going. So the first movie I need to talk about is The Munsters by Rob Zombie. Okay, listen. I actually was going to do a video on this like a couple weeks ago because I got an advance copy, and I just thought, fuck, I need to do a rant video on how terrible this pile of shit that he's forcing us to watch is. I'm a huge fan of the Munsters, okay? I have every episode in this collection. I loved them. I watched the Munsters almost every day when I was growing up as a kid. It was one of my favorite TV shows. That and Lost in Space were probably my two favorite TV shows when I was a young kid. And to see what he's done with this movie, it's fucking insulting. It really is. It's terrible. And he needs to stop making movies, okay? Because the last, half dozen movies that he's made have been absolutely garbage. I don't understand how he still gets funded to make movies. And it's sad too, because like House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects are probably two of my favorite movies. You know what I mean? Like they're not in my top 10, but they're probably in my top 30 anyways. Like I love those two movies. And then I'll even give him his first crack at Halloween. The first one he did, I thought was pretty good. The second one I thought was just overkill and stupid, but the first one I thought it was great. But then, I don't know, just everything else he seems to touch lately has been fucking garbage. And he needs to stop casting his friends and his goddamn wife in his movies. Like, I get it. You know, you kind of go the Adam Sandler route and you help all your friends out, you know what I mean, if they're struggling actors and give them some work. And, you know, it must be nice to you know, cast your wife or the person that you love or whatever in your movie. But, like, doesn't he get it? Like, everyone is complaining about Sherry Moon Zombie in all his fucking movies because, like, she can't hold this movie. Like, she is like the main foundation of this movie, and she doesn't have the acting chops to pull that off. Like, the only high point in this movie was Daniel Roebuck as Grandpa, and that was it. I don't know, man. Like, I sat through this movie, and like we all saw the trailer and how shitty it was, and it was like, there's no way the movie can look this bad. Like, he must be punking us or something. But then it came out and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, holy fuck. Like, these are actually scenes from the trailer. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, did no one try and stop him or preview this before it got released? Like, no wonder it didn't get a theatrical release. It just, you know, thank God for Netflix picked it up so that, you know, you guys can watch it for like pennies instead of dropping like $20 to go to a movie, and then you had popcorn and the drink, you're $50-$60 to go see this pile of shit. Come on. Like, Rob Zombie, you need to fucking stop. Anyways, listen, I haven't even seen one good review on this movie, and it well deserved because it's a piece of shit. Anyways, let's get on to some better movies. Well, there's one more in here that's kind of fucking stupid, but well, actually there's a couple. But anyways, one that you should watch, okay, is called Tiny Cinema. And again, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know I love anthology movies. And this one is great, okay, because it stars Paul Ford. Okay, you may not know his name, but you'll recognize his face as soon as he comes onto the screen. And this whole premise of this movie is to try and make you feel uncomfortable with our thoughts and our, you know, sexual urges to some people and our perversions and stuff. And it's kind of put forth on the screen in each of these anthologies. And this is a group of guys that do this. It's not one of these productions where they pick different short stories off the internet. Like it's the same people in all these skits that they do. And I fucking loved it. I absolutely did. I didn't know what to expect. When I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, I'm not really sure where this is going to go. But when I kind of clued into what they were trying to do and how they're trying to make everyone feel uncomfortable with the different stories. And there are some that really hit the mark. And they're like with all anthology movies, not all the stories hit the mark. And there's a couple goofy ones in here. But absolutely, Tiny Cinema is definitely worth a watch. And if you guys have seen this movie, let me know what you think. I know, again, it's not a movie for everyone, okay, because there are going to be people that are offended with some of the stories in here. So, but if you have seen it, let me know what you think, because when I was watching this, I was like, yeah, I need to know if everyone likes this movie like I do, or if there's some people that might be offended by it and some of the fucking humor that they have in here and the sexual situations that go on, especially the end one, the last skit. So, but let me know. A movie I just watched last week was They Crawl Beneath. Okay. I was excited to watch this movie. Okay, I didn't really know much about it. All I knew was it was like a creature feature. I did watch the trailer before I sat down and watched the movie, which sometimes isn't always a good thing. But as soon as I saw the trailer, I thought, okay, this clearly looks like a ripoff of Tremors. Okay, and that's what I kind of went in expecting. I did not expect what we got put forth. Well, here, I'll read the synopsis. After an earthquake leaves Danny trapped and alone, his claustrophobic nightmare only gets worse when someone truly horrifying emerges, or something truly horrifying, not someone, something truly horrifying emerges from the fissures in the ground, forcing him to engage in a brutal fight for his life and his sanity. Okay, well, I was expecting like a Tremors style movie with lots of creatures in it, and you don't get that in this movie. You get him, he is basically living with his uncle, or his uncle is living with him. They're going through some hard times. He used to be a police officer, and he's taking some time off just because of something that happened to him. His girlfriend has left him, although they still communicate. But at the end of the day, what happens is they're working on an old car in the garage. An earthquake happens, and well, he gets trapped under the car from the waist down, and his uncle gets squashed by the car. Okay, so he's got two things. He's got to deal with his, looking at his dead uncle under the car, and then he's also got to deal with these worm creatures that have now come up from the ground. So I thought it was going to be, the majority of the movie being a battle with him fighting these worm creatures, but it's not. It's him, like I swear to God, the whole second act is basically just him trying to get untrapped from this fucking car. I'm like, what? This movie would do well if it was like part of the Creepshow series, or just like a 10-minute kind of short film. There's no way that this movie was meant to be, 90 plus minutes. It's just, no, it's not, because there's not enough fucking story or meat there to get through it. And the creatures, again, I understand it's low budget, but they looked like a bunch of, it looks like a worm, kind of a stuffed toy almost. It's like something you'd win at the fair. That's what it looked like. So I don't know. I had a hard time getting through this one. Yeah, I don't know. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you thought about it. But I mean, to give this one a rating, I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 10. It was not only fucking hard to get through, but it was boring. Like they're trying to crack into the psyche of our main character here, with him of images of his dead uncle kind of coming back to him, and it's just, it doesn't work. And by the time you get around to the ending, with the shit that happens to him, you don't fucking care about him, because you're so pissed off because you just watched 30 minutes of him trying to get himself untrapped from this car. I'm like, it's not what I came here to see, guys. Like, fucking come on. Okay, so moving on to a movie that you should watch, and I highly recommend. It's called The Red Book Ritual. Again, it's an anthology film, and I love my anthologies. I can't remember the exact title, but when I first started watching this, it reminded me of a film that I just watched a little while ago. I think it was called 100 Candles or 1,000 Candles. I can't remember what the actual title is. But it was the same thing. Whereas the anthology stories are cool, because what they've done is they've nitpicked through the internet and just picked what stories they want, and then obviously got permission from the directors or producers to use it in their film. But the wraparound story is terrible. Okay, it's terribly acted. I mean, the ending is okay once the creature kind of reveals itself and it starts killing these 3 kids, but the actual acting in this wraparound story is fucking horrendous. It absolutely is. So, but that's not why you're here, to see this movie. You're here to see the short films, and they're good. They're really good. There's a couple that I didn't understand. The third story, called Nose, 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 Eyes, I kind of got the gist of what was going on there, but if you've seen this movie and you've watched that short, maybe leave it down in the comment section below, kind of your take on that portion. Stray was really good. It's the first movie. Little One, I thought was amazing. It's just a simple story. I don't want to tell you about it, like give it away, but it involves like a demon. Okay, and I thought that one was killer. In fact, I could probably see that one, being expanded and made into like a movie. It was pretty cool. Our release was really good. Takes place in a hospital, and then the sermon, which is kind of like an old school witch story about the villagers and church folks kind of deciding a woman is a witch, and then what they do to her, and then what happens to them and stuff. I thought that one was really cool too. So all the stories in this Red Book ritual were cool. Again, the wraparound story wasn't very good, but don't let that change your mind from watching this. You can get through that, but just watch the 5 short films in this flick, and I guarantee you'll love it. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought of it too. So there's this happens from time to time too, because I watch a shit ton of anthology movies, but there are some of these short films that I've seen in other anthology movies as well, but I mean they're all killer, so you'll enjoy it. Highly recommend it. Another movie that kind of blew me away was called Hatching. Now I watched this one months ago, okay, so I remember it, but I can't really go too in depth about it. But it's about a young gymnast who has a very demanding mother. I think she does care about her kid, but she's just one of these. She's almost like a hockey dad or a hockey parent. You know what I mean? The ones you just want to slap in the fucking head when you when you see them, because they're just, they're just picking out all the negatives from their kid, and they're very hard on them if they don't have a good game. That's kind of how they wanted this mother to be portrayed, and she kills it. But the daughter, who's a gymnast, and she's trying her best and blah, blah, she finds an egg. Okay, for the life of me, I can't remember how she comes across this egg because it's been a while since I've seen this movie. But she kind of sneaks it into the house, and she puts it in her teddy bear, okay? And then over the course of, a couple of weeks or a month, this egg hatches, okay? And then this fucking bird creature comes out of it. And then it slowly takes the form of the girl that is looking after it, okay? But I don't know, it may sound goofy, but I fucking loved this movie. It kind of caught me off guard because I didn't watch the trailer for this movie before I went into it, and I was just blown away by it. The practical effects of this bird creature are phenomenal. And again, this is a low budget movie, okay? But I highly recommend this. It's gory when it needs to be gory. It's goofy when it needs to be goofy, and it's serious and kind of unnerving when it needs to be that too. I thought it was absolutely killer. So I'm highly recommending this movie, The Hatching. Definitely give it a watch. If you have seen it, again, with all these ones that I'm asking you about or mentioning, give me your thoughts on them, because I really want to know what you thought about this flick. And then again, I mean, we've all seen the reviews for this, and I'm pretty sure all of you have seen this, but Prey, the newest Predator movie. I had a ton of people asking me to talk about this movie. So I'll quickly say I fucking love this movie. I think I've watched it like 5 or 6 times since I got my copy of it. It is refreshing because I'll tell you, man, like the last couple goes at the Predator series have just been horrendous, especially that last one that just came out was so fucking terrible. Like, you've got all those kind of bigger name actors in that movie, and then you've got Shane Black as the director, who was in the first one and who's directed and written some really killer movies. And we get that pile of shit. Like, it was terrible, like absolutely terrible. So when they said they were going to bring this out, I thought there's no way they're going to pull this movie off, having this native woman fight this fucking predator. But it worked. It absolutely did work. And the way they played each other, off of each other, and how the predator wasn't really invested in her at the beginning because he didn't see her as a threat. And then she came back as this kick-ass fucking war. Like, I loved it. I thought it was great. Like, to give that one a rating, I'd probably give it an 8, maybe an 8.5. I've seen it 5 or 6 times. And it's definitely in my collection. I thought it was fantastic. So again, I'm pretty sure everyone watching me has seen this movie Prey, but goddamn was it ever fucking good. So, and then I'm just going to very quickly, I'm not going to do like a review on this yet. I'm going to save it for the next video. But just yesterday, I watched the new Jeepers Creepers movie, Reborn. What a pile of fucking shit. They've just taken this franchise and turned it in to the Hellraiser franchise. Because after the second one, everything has been shit. I mean, there's only 4 of them. But the first one was classic. It's lovely. I fucking loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It's a cult classic. It really is. The second one was okay. You know what I mean? It wasn't my favorite movie, but it was definitely watchable. And then the third one, and then this one. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, it was almost unwatchable. I think it comes out in November on Blu-ray, but Jesus Christ. I'll do a better review of it, you know, down the road, close to maybe its release date. But holy Christ, guys. Like, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And, like, all it is just a bunch of kids running around this house with the creeper coming after them. There's nothing new here. It's so stupidly and idiotically written. And they don't even continue with the creeper's lore. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when a creeper has an injured body part or loses a body part, doesn't he have to eat that particular body part off of someone to grow the limb back? In this movie, they don't even go that far. He needs a fucking hand, so he rips the arm off of a kid and shoves it in his fucking arm socket, and then he uses that hand. Like, I'm thinking, wait a minute. No. Doesn't he have to eat the limb that he wants back? So I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyways, I was just shaking my head through this whole pile of shit. But I'll do a more in-depth interview down the road. So anyways, okay, I'm going to end it there because, again, you know, I get rambling. We all know this. So, but anyways, there's some movies that you shouldn't watch. And then there's some movies in here that you definitely should watch. So, and again, the next 2 or 3 videos are going to be like this, where I'm going to just kind of cram in, you know, 4 to 6 movies and let you know what I think, guys. And in the meantime, if you have anything else that you want me to talk about, or movies that you've seen that you want me to discuss, just send me over a message. Again, Facebook page down below. Join. It's free. It's not costing you anything. It takes literally 2 fucking seconds to do it. I'll sign you up, and then you can ask me all the questions you want, guys. So anyways, I'm officially back. Welcome back for coming back to watch me. And yeah, I guess we're going to end it here, guys. So until next time, take care.